up. You might have to take over the streaming. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know.
streaming now, so
I don't know why my internet believes it is actually like 1995. You know.
hey, well,
I wasn't even alive then.
I was just
I like how you had that just on the end.
yeah.
My modem is blinking angrily at me, but we'll see if it holds. Basically,
How
Hit it.
dare you
Punish it.
I did restart it. We'll see if that helps.
Turn all that. bullshit.
Anyway,
So that's-
Anyway, as I was
let's go
saying,
talk to the enemy.
Alright.
Well, we're
Yeah,
not
it's-
going, so let's go
probably-
watch someone else talk to the enemy.
I was thinking of saying, or I tried to say as well as, even if Scarron betrays us, we will of course destroy him.
Mhm.
And
As we
at
do with
some
all of
point,
our enemies.
yeah, and at some point, when we just keep killing the people who betray us, at some point they will stop betraying us, right?
fucking
Because
love
they
it,
realize
actually.
they will
Exactly.
they will realize that it's a bad idea.
Isn't that a very Russian, like, Putin way of thinking?
Excuse me.
Putin,
Who
you know?
is currently leading Russia?
You know, that dude, the shirtless bear riding guy.
It's an Enrican way of thinking.
Yeah,
Alright.
And Rikin is
Tangents
next
aside.
to Putin.
Putin aside.
Oh god. Well, as the day of the meeting then comes around, Scarron will come to meet you wherever you are, whether it is in his mansion, now that you've been essentially asked to maybe not go back to Beecher's mansion, because that would be very awkward, or whether it is just somewhere in Crimson Peak. Of course, Hirando's staying in the nice tenant-specific resting place of the Worn Worm. He'll come to meet you, bringing the dear Centara in his tow.
Good.
As he'll not say much, seeming perhaps a bit nervous himself. So he gestures for you to follow with a flick of his head. And then heading towards the stairs, going down and down and down. All the way to the lowest level, you might think anyways, of Crimson Peak. A level that Enrican has visited before, but Scarron goes further, as there's another tunnel leading off from the lowest level of the shaft here. A tunnel that might as well not be called a tunnel, as it feels like walking through the open. That's pretty much the size of the tunnel, the same size as the shaft in here. And if that's not enough, what follows, a slight distance into the tunnel, a massive staircase with steps that are too big for both Scarron and Hirando. Too big for anything that would not be enormous in size. The tunnel itself slowly starts from just being like here, basically just the rock, to a little bit more decorated, although still natural seeming. It is smoothed. There are occasional speckles of rubies and such glinting in the walls. And eventually you come in front of a massive, massive door. Not like the entrance, the sort of wings beckoning you inside, but just a huge obsidian slab. Completely undecorated, apart from the mechanism that looks like it's meant to open it. Mechanical arms and hinges. Scarron sort of glances towards you as he looks at the door.
And we'll give Enrican a nod. I'm just making sure Enrican knows that he's the one talking.
Thanks.
Talia will be a step behind Anakin.
What do we help?
What do we say? It's good that you have prepared for this.
You were the
I
one who
mean-
had a free week, man. Oh dear.
Come on, Anakin. I know you only have.
Yeah, what are we saying? Well,
We basically say, hey, listen. They were trying to kill you by
Stop.
topple a mountain on you, and we stopped that.
I mean, I can talk, but I don't have a connection to him. He's a big
I
guy, though.
can-
He probably knows who I am, anyway.
He probably knows. Right? We'll talk together.
Graham will talk to the dragon. He
I
doesn't
can-
know much
I
about
can-
it.
I can lead off, but
It's a
I
bit you know.
important.
I can lead off, but I need some. I need some backup on
I
this.
do think he's literally just gonna get bored of one of us talking and just go, yeah, all right, stop. I'm gonna now listen to someone else. Shut up.
Graham plans to. He's an important guy. He probably is very busy with Macming and whatnot. So let's just keep it short and be like, hey, tell him how things are. You know,
Sup.
some people would probably say that red dragons are probably stupid, but Graham doesn't. Like, they're all telling him, and he's learned that color means nothing. So, you know, he can talk. Like,
It's rude
fine.
to say to a dragon, your color is irrelevant.
Yeah. it's-
Like, what?
You're an individual.
I'm very
We'll
proud
judge
of
you
my
on an individual basis.
yeah,
My stereotype is what I'm proud of.
yeah,
Because I'm
exactly.
so proud of my stereotype.
It's called an essence, okay?
Hey, listen.
All right.
Yeah. Standing in front of this door, perhaps mentally and sort of vocally preparing yourselves, you will notice that you have been sort of followed by a group of people. Of course, standing a respectable distance away, but there's certainly about a dozen or so humans and dwarfs talking between each other in excited tones, as it seems that they are exchanging money.
I was
Betting.
gonna say, I was guessing, are they the cleaning crew or? But okay.
No, they're the gossip people.
Yeah.
So
We'll
we-
give them a grave look.
Yeah, Hirando will give the
grave
same look.
matter we're here to talk about. It's very serious. Not that we're, you know, just like as if I'm really like, oh,
Eric
world's
is
about to
leaning,
end.
leaning on the scythe,
Let's make some rumors if nothing else.
looking as deathly as he can.
As Scarron will then approach the door and knock, basically. Although it's more of a smashing the door to actually make a sound. After a short moment, the door rumbles open, ever so slowly opening inside, revealing a massive open cavern. This one not smoothed, not decorated, not really changed in any way. A cavern the size, well, it's high enough that you would have difficulties even seeing the ceiling. Wide enough to have difficulty seeing the walls even, with stalactites and stalagmites hanging from the ceilings. And it is hot, scorching hot. There is no magma or not even the glow of lava immediately visible, but it feels like there should be. Other than that, through the cracks of the slowly opening door, the slight breeze, the slight heaving of air, every breeze coming towards you, just hot. The cavern is lit by sources that you can't easily identify, but the way the light is in the cavern seems too ominous to be coincidental or natural. And as the door opens wide enough, you see, sitting some slight distance in the center, what might be the center of the cave anyways, sitting who we have seen before. Perhaps only in glimpses, flying through the center of Crimson Peak. Although flying would be an overstatement. Either really climbing down or climbing up, often breaking off bits of the fences that very quickly get repaired. Scarron leads your charge here as he approaches the large creature, perhaps being just as nervous as you are. He leads you inside, gives his father a curt nod as he disappears some distance to the side, leaving you exposed in front of him. This massive cavern.
closer. Graham is admiring this. Look at that thing.
Look
It
at
is
that.
beautiful.
It is a
Such a
majestic
powerful,
beast.
such destruction. This is what a tandem should look like. If this was what faced them when they came here to begin with, they would have had a little more respect.
The enemy, Sargath Redfirst, as he is called, observes you quite calmly, really. Of course, towering above you, being sitting on a slight outcropping, although not really high enough that it would make any difference either way, whether or not he was towering. He is towering. Glaring, or at least gazing upon you, as you slowly walk closer.
Yeah. How close is respectable? Is there like a line? Do we see like, is there? This is where people are incinerated normally.
There are no markings.
Go to the scorched spot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in that case, Anrikin will sweep forward, the scythe sort of, ominously hitting the stone as he walks forward, echoing through the chamber. It glints slowly as his robes and stuff sort of flows behind him.
Staff echoes is best.
Yep. You're a bit close there, buddy. There we go. Thanks.
Yeah, I had to unsnap. All right.
Well, as Anrikin leads the party, he will stand at a distance where he assumes there is respectable, but close enough that he can speak without having to shout. And then he will make a bow towards him, and he will say, "A great one. We have come before you today to try to explain what we have done and what is happening in the realm. We would, of course, not presume to. How do you say it? Presume that you are uninformed of such matters, but if it would be in your great generosity to indulge us, we would be much pleased." He does a slight bow again. "I do not believe introductions are in order, because certainly you do already realize who we are." He sort of shifts a little bit, holds on the scythe. "There has been a long-term plan of upheaval and corruption of the continent, Great One. It has weakened the continent. The strength has been sapped because the corruption eats from within. Slowly and insidiously, it infiltrates and tries to pit people against other people in a way that is not conducive of strength, rather the opposite." He nods gravely. "We have witnessed this firsthand many times. The corruption of the Grey Church, summonings of terrible, chaotic beings, and the disappearing of the Doom, kidnapped, whisked away into the realm of fairy. And now, most recently, an attempt on your life, Great One. Of course, it would be foolish to assume that such an attempt would have ever succeeded. Nevertheless, the plan was simple. When you went to commune with your forefather, the fairies planned to blow up the mountain and bury you beneath it." He nods to this. "We have witnesses, if you like to hear them." He sort of motions towards Centara, but then, before she, unless he makes a sign that he wants to hear this here now, he will sort of continue. And he will say, "This was all a plan, not necessarily to kill you, Great One, but to anger you and frame the outsider for the attempt at your life. Pitting the might of Crimson Peak against the outsider's forces. Again, not in an attempt to make either of you stronger, but to destroy both of you. Weaken you to the point that when the Doom returns at the head of the fairy army, you would both be so weak and exhausted that you would all fall." Sort of looks over to Graham if he wants to.
I mean, this seems to be the gist of it, at least.
Mm-hmm. What we would request of you, Great One, then, is not any form of monetary reward, but a reconsideration or a consideration from you. Instead of going to war with a faction that, or being tricked into war to go, I'm messing this up, I'm too tired. Instead of being tricked to go to war with a faction that you have no current reason to do so, that you would bring your also might to bear against the true enemies of this continent, the ones that are trying to corrupt it, to weaken it, and to defile it. The enemy is the Fae and their wilder allies. He nods slowly.
And we'll just wait to see what the enemy has to say
There
to all
is
this.
no response for a number of moments. The rhythmic and deep breathing of him being the only noise for a long time.
It is loud, I imagine.
It is not so much loud as penetrating. Just ever present, in a sense. As nobody speaks up a few heartbeats later, he bends down a slight bit. Not exactly on eye level. He doesn't look like he would be physically capable to do that. But just a little bit lower, as he says, I am not one for speeches. You come here telling me that you, under one of my son's orders, have found out about a conspiracy. I appreciate that you would go so far as to face me and inform me of it. However, your assumptions, your presumptions of what should be done about this are troublesome. Not for me, but for you. You misunderstand what I do. You misunderstand what this continent needs. This fairy, this threat. I do not know how dire it is, and yet know this. Unless the entire continent is in shatters, I do not think I will stop it. No, until then, I am the fire that burns the continent. You request that I face those who you think responsible. An odd request. I would not be commanded, not by you, even as a reward. But there's something that I am still far more curious about. You said you brought a witness, yes? I assume that is dear Centara here. Scarron has, of course, told me about her. I would like to hear her speak.
Henrikin will take a step back and let Centara.
As she, with hesitant steps, will take a step forward, and to avoid me talking to myself for 15 minutes, she will explain. She will, starting very hesitantly, very, not exactly shyly, but worriedly perhaps, to explain that, yes, she worked with the Wilders. She met the Wilderhead. She joined forces with them to eventually attack the Jarl's people. She was present at Emberspire. She knew about the plan. In every way, shape, or form, the accusations you leveled against her of being an accomplice, they are true. a number of moments pass again with Sargath just... Well, it's hard to read what he's really doing. Just sitting there, really. Thinking, perhaps. As
Is it a, like, shut up and let me think silence? Or like a...
Not exactly. More of a just... Is there anything else?
Well, now's the time. Is there anything else?
Well, I mean, Graham would talk, but he... Like, the trouble here is that this guy probably doesn't like our suggestions as for what he should do or think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we have them. We have thoughts of what he should do and think.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I suppose Graham would speak anyway, as he does. He feels like his words, he's a worthy man to give some counsel or to weigh in at least. Now, I'm a man who does not know much of the relationship you, Great One, hold with the others of this land. However, with my own people, and we have certainly been the fire that lit this world aflame once. We have that in common. Give him a bow. Had these people attempted to destroy the tomb of my ancestors, I would feel that a response was necessary, if nothing else, so that they would not attempt to do so again. Their mission could have succeeded, and though it may not have done what they hoped it would have destroyed something of your legacy. I thought you might want to know of this plot, so that you could show them, the Wilders, the Fae, that their insults, their actions have not gone unnoticed, and so that others will not dare do the same. We'll give him a bow again and sort of step back a little bit.
Eric nods slowly, and he will say, again, Great One, I would not presume to know your station in this land, although I appreciate the position you have taken up, the legacy of the mantle you bear. Yes, you are indeed the fire that burns this continent. You are indeed the threat that keeps the others in check, that keep them constantly trying to improve and better themselves, so that when you come, they can fight you. But, Great One, that is the problem with the threat we are currently facing. It is not trying to face you. It is trying to isolate you, to destroy those that you would seek to improve, to make stronger. It corrupts them. It bends them to madness. There is nothing there. There is no strength there. There is only weakness. There is only decay. And he sighs. I was a doctor once. And if it is something I know of decay and rot, it is that it needs to be burned out. He will bow slightly again, sort of hefting the scythe. You're taking another grip on it.
The glint of the scythe does seem to draw Sargath's attention as he once again leans down, even more so than before, perhaps getting a little bit uncomfortably close to Enrican even. The smell of sulfur and the heat from his breath quite, well, intense at this rate. See, whispers still loud enough to fill the entire cavern. Let us talk then about legacy. What legacy are you carrying, I wonder? What legacy do you wish to leave with that thing you're holding?
I reckon hefts the scythe a little bit and says, yes, I am carrying the scythe. The former scythe of Erasmus, now it is mine. Claimed after a long hunt, to say the least. Where Erasmus fled to, I am not sure. And what I used his scythe for, takes a deep breath and tries to look the enemy in the eye, because I don't think he can see both of the eyes at the
No,
same
just
time.
one.
It looks him in the eye as bravely as he can muster and say, I seek to destroy my enemies. I do not seek forgiveness. I do not seek recompense. I seek the destruction of those that threaten the things I love and that I care about. And I will use any and all methods I can to see that through. This continent is worth fighting for, even if I have to use a scythe to do it.
The enemy looks towards both Centara and Hirondo with a glance, pretty much, then looking back towards Enrican. My father faced Erasmus. Before he did what he did, at least. He believed that the scythe was problematic, to say the least, drawing on powers that were not understood. Powers that would inevitably cause something that could not be fought, not before it was too late. He ended up being right. You speak about this Fae corrupting people from within, and yet you carry the tool that oh so likes to do that exact thing, drawing its power from the Fae. A fact that you appear to be unaware of. It makes it difficult for me to take you seriously.
Again, looks at him and says, perhaps it is my way of trying to fight back. Perhaps my powers come from the Fae, I do not know. I was a product of a cataclysm that hit Dragonhall. My powers were a result of that, and I have been looking for answers ever since. Certainly, a lot of the roads lead to the Fae, and certainly we have faced the Fae, and I have used some of its power to destroy it. I will do so again. If I need to sacrifice myself for that to be possible, then so be it. But I am fighting with the powers that I have, the ones I can claim. And that is all I can do. I cannot fight with things I do not have. Sort of tries to draw himself up a little bit. And if that angers you, Great One, well, that is too bad for me, I suppose. He says with a sort of grim determination on his face.
Sargev exhales loudly. You would notice when I'm angry. So he cranes his head towards Centara and Hirondo. Looking at Centara for the moment. Centara. So you were among those who tried to point me towards their enemies, to use me like a tool, to deceive me. And you're here with your father. 2 silvers. My father once respected the silvers quite significantly. They, too, were strong in his mind. They were fools when they were too stubborn to ask for help when the Undragon attacked. All this mess could have been prevented. They had simply asked for help. Centara, why don't you sit next to me? Centara hesitates, sort of looking towards her father, then back towards Sargev. I insist. She moves towards him. Very, very slowly, one step at a time. And eventually does sit basically right at the side. Perhaps as far away as she thinks she can get away with. As Sargev once again not bows down, but sort of, tries to look Hirondo in the eyes, perhaps.
Hirondo tries to make himself, like, taller, but not, trying to look him in the eye. As well.
As he then gazes back towards the others, standing just some distance away. You've brought 2 silvers to this meeting. One as a witness, I understand, and the other because he is part of your group. It seems strange to me that you would think that you have to bring a witness. I know the worth of a silver's promise. I know that I can trust their nature just as you can trust mine. Therefore, that leads me to the assumption that you've brought one as an offering.
Not really.
Yeah, Hirondo will actually just say, not even in the slightest. It was their idea to bring her.
And of course, you agreed to this idea because...
They wanted to kill her and... Well, I'd rather not that, and I'd rather not kill them to prevent them from killing her.
A conundrum. I ask you then this, Hirondo. What is the legacy that you wish to leave? What is it you desire most in this life?
To be greater than my mother, Ophelia. Perhaps be a bit wiser. And maybe ask for aid when it's needed in the most dire situations.
And then look at him seriously, like, now, you fucking idiot. Hint, hint.
Ambitious indeed. I expected nothing less. As after a slight moment, perhaps slightly longer than comfortable moment of just pure eye contact.
Hirondo holds it with grim determination. Defatigable purpose.
Claws digging in. I will not blink.
Sargev's claw shoots out with lightning speed, punting Centara across the cavern. She skids across the floor for a good 20 meters, leaving, well, what's the word? Lying on the floor, hurt to say the least, but conscious, if barely, as Sargev continues his eye contact. You wish to be one of the great ones, then?
Yes.
He cranes his head towards Centara lying on the floor, back towards Hirondo. And from the rhythmic and rather quickening exhales of breath, you would think that he is laughing. Sort of almost shaking his head slightly as he looks back towards Hirondo. Ambitious indeed. You do not impress me. I do not think you capable of doing what you wish to achieve. But perhaps I can aid you in this. I have found revenge to be an excellent motivator. Perhaps given a proper enemy, you would learn to achieve greatness.
This is where you attack him.
Hirandor looks at him and says, "We have an enemy. The Fae, the Wilder. Combined, they prove quite the force."
And yet, you let yourself be bossed around by those who would pretend to be your equals.
I do not get bossed around by those who pretend.
You brought your daughter here because they thought it was a good idea. I am not a judge. I am an executioner. I see no word of protest. You sit there saying all these things, and yet he cocks his head.
And yet I would have you not kill my daughter. I only brought her because I'd rather not kill a party of people with good intentions that will aid me in what I wish to do. I know how Sharia can be, and how you can be. You are an executioner. But I have faith in myself. Kinda just looks at... looks dead in the eyeball.
He continues making eye contact for a while after once again drawing himself up to his full height, looking back towards the others again. I acknowledge your service of informing me of this plot. I acknowledge my son's part in stopping this plot by hiring you. I would once again ask, what is the reward you wish for this?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean,
Graham has got what he wanted. He wanted him to not fight the others, but since he basically has said that he will not fight anyone until the land is burning, that's perfectly fine for Graham. That's all he wanted. Just don't weaken yourself against other people, and don't weaken them against, Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have what we need.
Besides this guy seems much more interested in Hirandor, so Graham thinks to just let Hirandor get whatever thing.
I don't know. Him starting to slam down on the Wilders.
Eat me and becoming the great silver,
But if he says that, then he's gonna snap the neck of
I suppose
of Centara, because that's how he aids people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Our reward, we want Centara back.
Yeah, I don't know. If he doesn't want to attack the Wilders.
No, he doesn't want
He
to do
doesn't
anything.
want to attack anybody.
He's like, well, they do my job for me. I can sit my fat ass down here and just hang out.
Bring me more wine, basically. Yeah. I guess we could ask for like manpower or something for the expedition if we needed.
Money, it's cash, hard cold cash.
Hard
I don't know.
cold cash.
What do we need from the enemy? What could he provide us with? That's the thing, right? What could he actually give us?
Raw power, to like
Right.
be like technology, anything that has to do with destruction.
Yeah.
An
Well, he
airship?
doesn't want to. He doesn't want to break anything, right? That's what he said. He doesn't want to destroy anything for us. Like, he doesn't destroy anything unless he feels like the world is feeling too safe,
Hmm.
and it isn't. So
It's not doing like he's not doing it though. Like his position is being undermined by the Fae because they're like
yeah, they sort of took over, but I think he's okay with that, seemingly. Like they're the big enemy right now.
he's basically being one-upped.
Well,
know?
yeah, but he's okay with that, seemingly.
Why would he though? I don't understand him.
No, because he's doing the world a favor right now. He's the backup plan, to him at least. You know, when all the others fail, he'll go deal with the problem, and until then, they will grow stronger as this enemy fights them. You know.
That's not how it works though.
Well, I mean, tell him, tell him
tried.
you're not good enough to beat them. But he's gonna be like, well, whatever. If
Well,
I
why,
could,
please?
then why do you even try?
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, what do we want as a reward? A favor to be? That might be.
Yeah, a standing favor with him. Sure, that might be something we don't know exactly
A
now.
life we can end.
But
Name someone and he'll
airstrike.
Basically, like that's a very nice thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
You
We
know,
say name.
If,
A
if you
girl
don't-
has
if you don't-
4 names left.
Yeah, I was thinking more like if you don't do this, I will take up the mantle and just nuke the world, take up the coin, as it was.
Mm-hmm.
One of those two things would be interesting.
Well, I guess a standing favor then. That currently we have other plans in motion. Some expeditions we need to run and a world to save. But when we need it, it would be nice to have a standing favor.
I suppose something along
That's-
the lines of, as of now, the reward shall be unnamed. Perhaps in the future we might require your aid more desperately than at this current moment, and if that time comes, it would be good if you were to remember the favor we did for you.
I will not be bound by promises.
I don't expect you to.
He glares at you, glancing towards Hirondo on occasion, looking towards Centara lying some distance away. Back to you.
It's always awkward when the thing you wanted is a no-go. And then it's like, what else do you want? You're like, I didn't think that far.
Yep.
Rest assured that I do not appreciate manipulation. I will act as I see fit in response. However, I will not waste my time burning a forest out of spite.
What if we give you the address to to their home and more directly?
A portal to the Fae.
Yeah, like the portal to the Fae. What if we found that for you? Maybe you could, poke in and basically when we invade, it would be awesome to have Crimson Peak be the vanguard, you know?
Oh, why don't you ask, Enrican?
Oh. Well, sure. We have plans in motion, Great One, to track down the entrance to the lair of the Wilderhead, where she keeps the Doom. When that is found and we have secured a way in, by creating a portal. Perhaps then the might of Crimson Peak could be marshaled with us as an army, a vanguard, to help us scour that place clean of the filth that rests in there. The forest would be not burned out of spite, but the true perpetrators of the crime would be executed. You, Great One, would have the delight of crushing the ones who dared oppose you, and we would consider the favor well and truly repaid.
In fact, it could even be said that in this we would be your agents.
He tilts his head ever so slightly at that. His sort of mouth tilting upwards a bit in a rather grisly smile. Says, I do not have agents. I have those who do as I say. There is a difference. Regardless, you may leave.
All right. And he will bow again. Take a few steps backwards.
As for you, Hirando, perhaps there is a spark of greatness in you, but I can't see it yet.
Well,
As he slowly gets off his rock, his throne as it were, walking ever so slowly towards Centara. Scarron, meanwhile, sitting a rather significant distance in the back, does seem to get a bit nervous at this, moving forward in a sort of hurry.
Graham will look at him.
Hirando will move as well.
You know, I mean, we can all agree that if she dies, Scarron dies, yeah? Let him know that.
I honestly don't think he gives a fuck about Scarron. Honestly.
No, but Scarron might give a fuck.
About Scarron.
Yeah. He very much has his own interest in mind.
Yeah.
So
sure.
just as Graham turns around, he'll sort of look at Scarron, look to Centara, and do like a slight, you know, like a nod. Like, yeah, that's
You should.
look at Scarron again, look at Centara.
Yeah.
Hirando is walking towards Centara, basically. Not really. Yeah.
Scarron following Hirando. And just before Sargev reaches Centara in his... what would be the right word?
Like one step.
Yeah.
Measured pace.
In his measured pace, yeah, that's a good one. Scarron does sort of look towards Hirando one more time as he turns towards Sargev and just shouts, "Stop!" Sargev spinning around immediately.
Fool. Yep, time to fucking hide.
Hirando
Time
keeps
out of the way.
moving away and away.
No, we need to stand there, man.
No, he's just going for Centara. Like he's not worried. Like, he's just going to the person.
As Sargev essentially charges his son,
Oh boy.
reaching him in a single leap, as he, just like he did with Centara, pretty much punts him away in a single stroke. He, however, does not lie there in a crumpled heap on the floor, but rather tumbling about a bit, catches himself, and himself launches himself at his father.
Yes!
Teeth bad, claws bad.
Do we join in?
Yes, we attack. Yeah.
Got him! It
Grow-
looks
grow
impressive.
staircase.
It
Yes,
looks
yes.
impressive up until the point where Sargev pretty much grabs him out of the air, pinning him to the floor, belly side up, a claw almost casually resting on his throat. The fight drains out of him very quickly. I would like to suggest something, Scarron says as he is pinned on the floor. Hirondo himself said that he has his enemies to fight at this very moment. Perhaps it would be good to keep your potential source of motivation for the time where those enemies have been vanquished. Perhaps then his spark of greatness has in fact surfaced and just needs one last nudge. Sargev turning towards Hirondo and looking at Centara.
Hirondo just carries on.
Back to Scarron. I would keep Centara safe until such a time. Takes a moment until Sargev takes away the claw pinning his son, so he makes a slow way back to his throne, looking towards the body as well as Hirondo approaching it, letting out a laugh, basically, a quite amused expression. He says, Hirondo, if you approach your daughter, I will kill you.
Hirondo turns to look at the enemy and kind of obviously weighs up his options.
We'll look to Enriken, as in, with sort of a determination of can we just, are we going to let him do that?
Kidnap Centara?
No, are we going to let him kill Hirandor if Hirandor continues?
No.
No, all right. Well, again, we'll turn around slowly, I suppose. Sort of with a sigh.
Has it come to this?
Looking to Hirandor if that's what it takes, but
you probably...
I ain't betraying my brothers in arms.
Mm.
Even if they are a bit supremacist and whatnot.
She would get to live, and we could always break her out,
That's what I'm thinking. And Hirandor he's clearly thinking.
Remember, if we decide to break her out, we only need to defeat Scarron.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Compared to the enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's totally not going to be the kind of guy who's like, I will just fill the tomb, my sewer with magma, killing everyone inside. No, you should probably leave.
I mean, we have on some authority that Scarron is certainly not to be trusted, really. But
yeah,
might be better to gamble on him
than fighting the enemy. I mean, it's up to you. I'll fight with you.
If you attack the enemy, I'll attack the enemy, man, and we'll go out and
we'll throw down.
Impressive, be done pressing the big red dragon button.
See, all right. The thing is, out of character and actually kind of in character, I know that bravery and foolishness in a sense will impress him.
I think it's more interesting if you make this decision.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is just you decide what you decide, and I will not blame you for the consequences.
I don't want to end the campaign here.
Yeah. What you want to do.
Ready? We're looking at you.
Yeah. Hirandor will continue.
Shit.
All right. Well. I suppose we get very ready and just sort of
dual form anyone?
Our power. I mean, we won't strike first, right? But,
No, no, we won't.
mm-mm.
But we
we'll sort
will.
of spread out, for example.
That won't. I think you can just flood the whole chamber and kill us all on
Right,
round
but
one.
we
Anyway.
want to make sure that, you know, I mean, you give him the respect of not just standing there.
Oh, sure, sure. We're given the respect of being ready to fight him, taking him seriously.
All right. As Hirondo continues walking, Zagrev too does get off his throne. Walking over to Centara in just a few steps, thanks to his rather significant size, and interposing himself between the downed silver and the approaching silver in this case. Staring at Hirondo for a moment, seeing him continue to walk.
So funny.
You have no idea.
I mean, you have the horror curses and everything ready, right?
As he raises his head slightly, still with one eye looking at Hirondo, as he snorts and says, "At least you are as stubborn as your mother was." Do you want initiative for this?
Why not?
You sure?
Okay.
Hirando's initiative, we're in initiative, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
technically.
not gonna strike first, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if we can see that he's gonna, you know,
Yeah.
Uh,
If he's gonna, we might as well.
let me get his updated token then.
Yeah.
I suppose we should roll for initiative in the meantime.
Yep, go for it.
Alright.
I'll have a
Yeah, look at that.
17.5.
Look at that.
Graham is
Dragon
on
with
it.
nothing. My zombies shall be in your face. my level 3 move.
They're just gonna spontaneously combust.
Well, flaming zombies. That's
Oh,
actually not
this looks a bit strange with him already there.
question mark right now. But
Like this.
fight my puppet.
Yeah. Bite my shade.
I'll just try to reconnect and see if I can not have a question mark instead of him. You know, it's a little more interesting from my own perspective.
All right.
Do I need adding to initiative because apparently I add the automatic though for once.
Yeah.
I think he goes first.
So I don't think we should hold back on this one.
No.
Guys. Like, if nothing else, I mean, we can hurt him as much as we can before, like, we die, or we can impress him as much as we can. You know,
Say that,
like,
let's just run away.
Just like, fuck this.
Hello?
teleport.
Hello?
How dare you run away from us?
You know, we're not gonna survive round one.
Nah, we will.
No,
If Skyrim can,
it's
We
an
can.
icon.
don't worry about it.
It's an icon. This is
Maybe
the
Don't worry about it.
most.
overrated, you know, maybe
It's
he's all
also,
talk.
it's also the most powerful icon, martial-wise, in the
Nah, don't worry
entire
about
fucking continent. Oh, Halldamir.
Inside a king.
Thinking too much into it.
Oh, Halldamir.
All right.
Do you want to be spiteful instead?
Oh, Halldamir.
Everything
Okay.
you have on this guy. Just kill the dragon. Just kill. There we go. Hirando's dead. Done.
Then,
Well,
Man.
as Hirondo continues walking, Sargev will, similarly as he did with his son, take the tiniest of leaps toward him and will smash into him.
Alright.
I did not make macros for this.
I'm prepared to use some tricks up my sleeve.
That is a crit.
Shit.
okay, bye.
As
Hammer
he
him.
as he does 140 damage then with his first of 5 attacks.
Oh, 140? Alright.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll half that, please.
All right.
The power
He smashes into
fencing.
you, although Hirondo, using his armor, leans into the blow. perhaps getting knocked back a bit, but it's more like the controlled slide back, as despite the heavy slash, Hirando is still standing.
It's a bit impressive, at least.
Yeah,
as
do it
the
again.
as the second swipe hits into his armored body for another 70 damage.
Another 70. All right.
Again, right?
Yeah, I can do it again.
He's the one for day.
35.
35. All right. Another swipe of his absorbed.
You know, that's really impressive.
It really is. Yes, he misses.
Yes!
Yes!
Swings and misses.
Nothing has survived 3 strikes.
Oh my god.
As he swings again, this time not missing, for another 70 damage.
What else you got, man?
Yeah.
What else you got?
All right. All right.
You
Let
got,
me.
you got something cool.
Oh, let me go over a few things.
At least he isn't doing miss damage, you know? That's,
I can negate miss damage.
yeah.
So. Right. All I really have is fuck.
Down you go.
Down you go.
Down I go.
Let's see if he's gonna finish you off then.
But I mean, I prevent 10, so.
So
You're at
just
minus.
Yeah, that's like what?
So, do we continue fighting? Because he suddenly went down. in
Minus
the first round
25?
here,
Well, we'll see where he goes from here, right?
I guess.
With his last attack, he will swing but stop himself, sort of looking towards the rest of you.
I mean, he survived 4 strikes. That's like
Fucking did.
unprecedented, surely. One of them a crit. The enemy
Well, the
critted
question is
something.
now if he wants us to fight him or not.
That is the question.
Does he look like he wants us to fight him or not?
Give me a skill check of reading an icon.
Well, I suppose it's my initiative turn, and talking is technically free. So in this moment of spells on everyone's lips and such, Graham reacts first to this. Basically, doing the step forward thing, sword drawn, magic crackling in one of his hands as his innate power begins to form as this dark purple flame around him. He just says, "And I think you have proven your point."
Zagev nods with a grin on his massive head. Enrican?
Enrican looks at him and looks at the others and said, "With that, we will take Hirandor and leave. His courage has been demonstrated, and your skill at vanquishing enemies also. I think we can leave this concluding that you both have fulfilled your purpose."
The enemy tilts his head ever so slightly. Another burst of laughter filling the cavern. So he says, "Fulfilled my purpose," he says. "I do not think I've been doing just enough of a job these recent times. I have perhaps become complacent."
Does he look at his claws like, why didn't that kill him?
No,
Have I got weak? What?
He seems fairly content as he pretty much picks up Hirandor, shaking him slightly, waking him up. So he brings him very, very close to his head, which is significantly bigger than Hirandor himself, really. Perhaps the same size, even. So he whispers to him, "Your daughter, despite her crimes, her backstabbing betrayals, her manipulation and deception may live. She will stay with Scaran. You will know that she is safe because he will be alive if she is.
Oh.
If either dies, so does the other. Once you have finished your fight against those fairies and whatnot, you can fight for her freedom. You will kill Scaran, and then you will face me. And perhaps, just perhaps, you will achieve what you desire. Until then, you will not see her again. As he drops Hirondo. Slowly walks back to his throne.
Okay, it's time to go.
Come
on, big guy.
himself at him again.
Come on, big guy. Sort of,
Talia will go over, putting a hand on him, muttering healing words to get him up, so he can get out of here.
Let's not do him the indignity of carrying him out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not
No,
that we
he
could,
can-
I don't think.
He can carry himself out, damn it.
I mean,
Man, that
No.
daughter of yours is going to have the worst abandonment issues.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
She...
She, can't be helped. Really, we tried.
Can't be out.
The
Try.
world takes precedence.
Hirondor can spend 1 recovery and get off 0. There you go.
Yeah. And also, we know that when we need to rescue her, we need to kill Scaran. Like, that needs to happen in the same attack.
Yeah,
basically.
Which is after the Fae, so
Sure.
we have plenty of time.
Unless Scaran betrays us, because then
We don't have to kill him. We can
we drop
do
everything.
much
We
many
just go
things
after.
to him without killing him.
It's true.
Hopefully we can level him up a few times.
Give him back to Bykar, like bundled up, hog-tied, like we usually do with the dragons we don't like.
Exactly, flipped on his back, humiliated in front of everyone.
Yep.
And then we beat him up.
As Scaran will very quickly, staying low to the ground in a sort of permanent bow, head towards Centara, pretty much picking her up, and then, leaving and gesturing you to leave very quickly as well.
All right. Let's leave.
Sure.
As just outside, Scaran will sort of turn towards Hirondo, saying, "That was the best I could do."
I was going to say something else then, but alright.
She will stay with me. She will, just as your whelpling, have a spot in my exhibition. Contrary to what my father is saying, I do think that you can visit her. However, she will not see you.
It's like a one-way glass room.
Mm.
Yeah,
You can
Scaran
go-
nods.
Watch them.
I do think that this could have gone worse.
Randall kind of smirks and says, "Yeah, you really could have."
I think it went rather well, to be honest.
I have never before conversed with the flame that burns the world, but all in all, I think it went rather well.
All things considering, yes. Surprisingly, you're not dead, Hirondor.
My brother's armor is well made.
Like, you must have...
I think that was more than just armor, I must say. I think a lot of that was up to your ability.
You must have really confounded him, Hirondor. That hit would have destroyed a house, and somehow you not survived not only that, but 3 more hits. I'm not sure what normally survives 4 attacks from him. I think you might have confounded him a bit.
I think that's the only reason I live.
Did you lie to him? Did you mean what you said? That what you truly desire most in the world is power?
I think you misunderstood me, Graham. It is not power that I want. It is to be called great, and no Tananim deny it.
I do believe that is very akin to power.
And he looks at him, it's like shakes his head. It's a cultural thing, man. Don't.
No, Graham can understand the desire for power.
I think we all can.
Mm.
People wanting to be powerful. I mean,
I do not
He's
want
somebody.
to. I hear and say. I do not want to control people like some of the other greats do, like the architect controls his city. That does not interest me. I just want to be strong enough that even the enemy will think twice.
Scarron sort of interjecting here. Walking a bit behind you as he's carrying Centara, and also is rather injured. Looking towards Hirondor. I do not want to correct you, but I do feel that it is necessary to mention that there are no living Tananim currently who call themselves the Great. Your mother was the last one.
He nods.
Graham looks over at him when he says there's no living.
But just calling yourself it will not make it so. Especially if someone like your father comes along and says that it is not. And beats me down to prove it. You should know that.
You do correctly say that there's more to being great than power. You might think my father... Well, I should not say these things, but know well that he is wiser than most would give him credit for.
He would not be at his seat if he wasn't.
I mean, I will say, out of all the icons, like we have been presented to, all the icons we know on this island, the enemy is the one that I feel I can like rely on in a weird way.
Yeah, it's that weird
I
reliance.
mean, you know where he stands at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no...
Doesn't bullshit everything.
Yeah.
There's no duplicity, there is no double crossing, it's just...
And sometimes that's nice. You know, he's an asshole, but at least we know that he's an asshole.
Yeah. He
doesn't lie about it.
No.
Yes, I am an asshole. That's just how that is.
And I do like him a whole damn lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
It's kind of awkward though that Skyrim now knows that when Hirandor comes back to get Centara,
They'll have to fight. Well, you know,
yeah.
maybe you need to fix that right now. Make a deal with him. Talk to him. You know.
Just cut his throat right now. Takes him.
No. But together you can defeat his father. You know, at that point.
Perhaps when we get to that point, I think.
Yeah. Isn't that the kind of thing to do? Like set up now so that he doesn't build up tons of defenses when you come and just attacks you immediately.
I don't think Hirandor's in the frame of mind to do that sort of thing right now.
Right, sure.
Because he has just kind of had his ass handed to him.
Graham feels like he understands him a lot better now.
Yeah, Hirandor will look to Skyrim and say, I think, however, in the times to come, we may need a chat. Without killing each other.
He frowns slightly. says, "Let us not make my father assume that we will get past his requirements behind his back." I continue to think that I and all of you can be of assistance to each other. But Hirandor, I believe that once this is all over, one of us will inevitably perish.
Yes.
Miranda nods. Yes, one of us will.
It's like in the fairy tales. The red and silver battle, you know.
Be glorious skies.
But what if him and your daughter fall in love? You have to
Then
die yourself for your daughter's happiness.
No, because
Or-
he'll just do
That'd
the
be so-
dad.
she would
thing.
so romantic.
Red.
No, he'll do the dad thing and kill the boyfriend. Duh.
You touch my daughter. She'll never forgive you and become a radical forever.
He goes
Crazy
Super Saiyan
dad.
and kills him.
But I love that. That would be a great twist if she falls in love with Scarron. Oh, that would be
Now I
delicious.
spoiled it, I know, but
Yeah, you did.
I think that would be cool.
That would be absolutely. It would be you know, Romeo and Juliet all over again.
Oh God.
Parents
And
want
fathers do not approve.
She's like, if you kill each other, then I will die no matter what.
Father, I love him. She throws herself in front of him. What?
Well,
I'm already looking forward to that session.
God. Oh. I'm amazed I survived a hit on its own.
You survived 4 attacks, man. 4 attacks from the scariest fucking dragon on the continent.
Yeah, we could take him.
Yes. Yeah.
Once we get to epic, all right,
We could hit it.
we can hit him.
That was kind of my worry. Like, I have powerful spells. I don't think I have anything that could stop him.
Just need you to tank him. You don't
Yeah.
need to hit.
Just keep holding on.
The wave of decay grows and grows.
Yes, just keep. Just need to hit
Okay,
the
so-
way.
Okay, so I'm going to stand behind Hirandor and constantly use buffs on him and
And
heals.
he probably can do more than just a basic attack, though.
He didn't use his fire breath. I noticed because that would probably have turned the entire cavern.
Body slam more.
Just
Yeah.
to
Can't imagine
Anyway.
that would have been good for
Anyway,
anybody.
we should leave.
We have what we needed. We maybe have Crimson Peak's might when we find the portal.
Yeah, as I understood it, it was is sort of a, you know, it
was
seemed like a yes.
Yeah, it seemed like he can say yes because that's not who he is.
Mm.
But he
The conversation were over.
he acknowledged that as the request. Let's say.
And as you once again go through the tunnel out of the door, you do see the bunch of people who followed you before. Well, suffice to say that some of them are celebrating, the others are looking rather sour.
Should have put all of our money on us
Well,
surviving.
Graham will. Yeah, that's a good.
We really should have. Fuck.
Damn
Should
it.
have.
That's always the best idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I'm dead. I don't care, you know, and if we win, that's amazing.
Unless the betting guy just leaves while you're in there.
Well, you know what happens then, right? We follow him to the ends of the earth.
Well, Graham will try to look as nonchalant about the whole thing as possible, just to impress these people. It's like, oh yeah,
No, whatever, you know. Oh yeah, I
Everybody's-
spoke with the enemy, or whatever, you know.
just not at the office,
Mhm.
being me.
As you walk out, Hirandor's armor showing dents, Scarron having looked better, Centara just a crumpled heap currently, and then there's
Stretching.
the 3 people.
The 3 humans just look perfectly fine.
Cleaning his nails a little bit.
All right, I'll take a quick break as you decide what to do next.
Mhm.
As Scarron will go his way.
Should we go and visit Gavir and Ace before we leave?
I mean, they're in the zoo, right?
Yeah, but just say hi and be
In
like, okay,
their
this is what we're
one-way
gonna do.
glass prison.
Well, we can probably know the
Which is
jailer.
a weird thing to have your friends in, honestly.
It is.
Like a
Yeah, very weird. That's
creepy peeping cage.
But I think we should at least talk to them before we head out and be like, okay, we talked to it. This is sort of what's going down. We're gonna go and do this now. If you need us, scream, and maybe.
I think it's more if you need us, deal with it. We can't be there for you right now. You gotta be fucking adults. You gotta lead this empire that you have.
Mhm.
And if you can't deal with one little red dragon, then it's all fucked anyway. So, man the fuck up, you two.
Man the fuck up.
You have each other. You're both very experienced in your own ways.
Mhm.
Just do things together. You can win.
Yep.
Done. But I think we said that already, right?
Yeah, but I just want to inform them that we're going and like what we're doing because they're allies.
But we did inform them what we were gonna do.
No, we didn't.
Like we totally did. Like about the whole thing that their father was gonna turn into a crazy person,
Yes.
and that we were gonna go find the source if we could.
Did we? Did we say
Yeah,
that?
we totally did that.
I'm not
I
sure we didn't.
completely remember it.
I'm not
No.
sure we did.
No, we did. We were like, oh, we're gonna see like if it's.
That's why
actually
they
a
chose
thing.
to work together in the end.
That's why
because
we're
we
gonna
were
go
like,
into
well,
the cloud. That's where we're going into the mist, weren't we? Because it's out there somewhere. Out in the mist somewhere.
No, we definitely had the conversation with them.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
like,
I
we gotta go there and stop
I-
it. And
All right.
if you
I
don't
just want
come
to say-
back, this is why. This is what's going on.
I just want to say goodbye. All right.
Okay. Well, that's a better reason. Go
Just
say
wanna say
goodbye.
goodbye, alright?
Let's not babysit them anymore.
Yep,
They're grown people now.
Gavir is an asshole, but he's cute. All right. I need to,
They've watched it. Oh, pet the little dragon. Okay, we can do that before we go to run into the mountains to find a Wilderhead, and then run out again to get to the free city to get a boat, and then sail into the mist, then get the weird place, and then fight some monsters and destroy him.
Yep.
Thing.
Because now, let's see here. We fixed the enemy murder plot. We didn't save Charlotte's friend, but fuck that now. The dude in the mountain is still sort of gone and
I
somewhere.
mean, we could always ask Gavir no, not Gavir, but Scarron to just let her out of the prison, right? Is she in the prison? I think she's in the prison.
Yes.
We should be like, let her out, dude. I mean, for Charlotte, right? Like, send her. We'll take her back with us to the free city. Done.
No, the problem is that the contact was the dude who attacked Scarron's people when they returned from the.
Oh, okay, so
Spire.
he's dead, basically.
No, he's not dead. He's.
I thought we attack their people.
I don't know because he's not talking. That was the
Well,
thing.
maybe we should try talking to
Maybe
him.
you can get him to
We
talk.
could. We could.
I didn't know that at all.
I told all of you.
Nope.
Like,
I
the
have
session
no
before.
recollection of that.
See, different things we don't recall.
Are you in a different instance of 13th Age than us?
Maybe.
Let's go grab him and talk to him. Be like, hey, you.
All
Are you
right.
crazy?
But then,
Why are you doing this? Who fed it to you? Who gave it to you?
but then after that, where do we want to go? The Shattered Shore?
What? Oh,
Because
after
I mean,
the
that's
whole-
only like half an hour.
I mean, after
an
that,
hour,
we'll
maybe.
need to see what's happened with, if we did it in time.
We have.
Like there's the whole Civil War kind of thing that we're
We're
gonna
trying
have
to
to deal with when
diffuse,
we come
sorta.
back. I think at least check out what's going on. But yeah, I think Shadow Shore is probably where we would aim to go after that.
It's a long-term goal, yes, because we need the secrets of the plane hopper to.
Yeah. It probably isn't going anywhere. That's the good thing. So,
Yep.
It's not time sensitive.
The Shattered Shore has disappeared while we've been here. It's just drifted off.
It's left. It's like, oh, we're getting out.
Yeah, I'm out. Peace.
All right.
So we're going to follow Scarron home.
And talk to Gavir. That I didn't make a map for this. Oh well, I'll improvise.
It's creepy cell.
Is it like being whipped constantly? Like, get better!
Not quite.
Just want to be sure that he is okay, you know?
See Ace and him working together.
Actually, let me just explain how it looks like. That always works well. Well, following Scarron, he doesn't exactly like the idea, all things considered. But he'll show you his exhibition, as he calls it, although others would really call it a zoo. And going up and up the stairs, eventually turning into this hallway and then that one, you do come across a large locked iron gate with two people standing near it. As they see Scarron approach, they basically unlock and open the gate, letting all of you inside. The zoo itself is basically a big tunnel, not nearly as big as the tunnel leading to the enemy's chambers, but significantly bigger than most of the tunnels in Crimson Peak. And on each side, first, a large window showing really a variety of environments on either side of the tunnel. There's a sand-filled desert, something that looks like a slice of an ocean. There are jungles and forests and just hills and badlands, and also something looking just like the Red Rift Canyons. Very convincing recreations, even looking as if someone had just taken a slice out of that particular environment and put it here. The sort of damp glass suggesting that there's even the sort of climate you would expect there. The glass itself is massive, at least a meter thick, but looking through, it's not obscuring at all. And looking through into the different environments, you can see a rather significant collection of exotic animals, exotic and not so exotic. Not really noticing your approach, just doing their thing, just jumping around, doing what animals do. From strange-looking, colorful worms in the desert place to massive hounds in the jungle.
So, if I can ask, does he have like hunting parties out getting these, or does he get him himself?
Well, initially he got these himself, but he's at the point where he has his people. If you're interested, he pays well.
I will keep it in mind.
And at the very back of the tunnel, there is a collection of 6 of these cages, pretty much. Although the cages are enormous. The front, you can see, is just a tiny, tiny tunnel really leading off. A dead-end tunnel from the actual cavern beyond. But these 6 are just left, not empty, but unterraformed, so to speak, with just showing the rock. And at least 2 of them are in fact inhabited. One in the very back on the left, containing very little other than a bowl of water, an empty bowl just showing a few bones, and what looks like a rather small rat in them. On the other side, well, not small, but not large either. Smaller than Scarron, definitely. On the other side, it looks like while this cage is not completely terraformed, the front sort of still being the rock showing. In the back, there does seem to be a sort of light forest, really. And there you do see Gavir, currently not entirely sure what he's doing, massaging a bush or something.
Yeah.
A trickle of blood on his face, around his mouth, looking it's difficult to tell, but certainly not like in panic or anything. And into one of the other empty cages, opening the sort of iron gate next to the window, Scarron does deposit Centara, turning towards Hirondo and saying, "I will arrange proper accommodations as soon as I am able, but for now it is important that she is here. You can see her from the outside, but she will see nothing from the inside. As for the Whelpling, his gate is unlocked, so you may go and visit him whenever you wish. There are currently no animals loose in his pen. Although the most dangerous animal he had asked me to introduce so far has been a deer.
Hirando chuckles.
The terrifying deer.
Like he
Maybe,
kills
maybe
them.
it's okay that he's not working with Ace yet. You would wreck a deer.
Yeah, she wouldn't back
It should
back off
fuck
from a
up
deer. Yeah, she's pretty good fighting. Well, in that case, where is Ace currently?
Not present, at least.
Okay, well, she can take care of herself. She's a big girl. Well, in that case, Anakin will open the gate and go in to meet Gavir, I guess.
All right. Let's put you down here. Just get his token on the spot. Yeah. Going through the first iron gate, you do see that it connects to a small tunnel leading to a second iron gate, leading into the pen. And as you pretty much go through the second pair of doors, he does spot you, giving you a sort of slightly bloody grin as he approaches you with his usual, careful walk, bowing slightly.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Oh.
Says, Enrican, well, hello to my new humble abode.
Yes, is your training fruitful? He sort of looks around.
Oh, I'm still in the transition phase. It is important for me to learn how to make do with things that I was not used to before, such as hunting.
Looks at the bush that he was massaging, question mark.
Oh, I was trying to see if that could replace a bed.
Oh. See, I think though, because he is of all the people we've met, Gavir is probably one who knows the most. He knows shit. He's read all of his life and he's super smart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he probably has the theory down, right? He knows oh, these are berries I can eat, and roots can be boiled, and
Probably, but
stuff
he's
that,
probably
right?
more like a, and then he goes out into reality and it's just completely different.
Oh, sure, but that's
Yes.
good for him. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I say. Well, that is good then. We just came here to see how you were doing and inform you that we are going to leave Crimson Peak for the time being.
Oh yes, I'm doing just fine. My progress is not as fast as I would like it to be, but I think I'm getting there. We shall try wolves very soon.
Hmm.
I
Apparently
did
not.
spar against Ace a bit, but that was not enough of a challenge.
Oh, really? She was probably afraid to hurt him, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you couldn't defeat a deer, well, if you had time dealing with a deer, Ace would totally fucking wreck him.
In that case,
we fought Ace.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, quite recently, in fact.
Yeah. He's like a champion level thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not.
Well, in that case, Gavir, we are about to leave for another expedition. We need to go and try to track down the source of the corruption.
Yes, everything I'm doing here would be for naught if my father turned out to not only be crazy, but also immortal.
And cannot. And so we are here to say our farewells and hope that you succeed in the task you've set before you.
I do hope so. I wish things were going faster, but tomorrow it's wolves, and I do hope to partake in the entertainment in 4 months' time.
All right. Good boy. We will be back around that time, I believe, to greet you again and perhaps escort you back to Grand Castle.
Well, that all depends on when my father passes, and whether or not he does declare me his heir still.
We will do our best to help you ensure that he does.
The transition should hopefully go smoothly. Essentially, especially now that Ace has left, to hopefully keep Grand Castle in one piece while this
Oh
is
yes,
all
I
going
like
on.
this. Good work. Good work, Ace. So happy we have her.
We get there. She's sitting on the throne. Why, hello. Welcome back, brother. Better late than never, as
To
they say.
my kingdom. Yeah, well,
That would be commendable, if nothing else.
that's right. She's ambitious.
If it worked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah. Then in that case, having informed Gavir where we're going and wishing him all the best. No, Anakin, who actually had a slight bit of fondness of Gavir. After all, he respects what he wants to do. Even if he's a bit of an asshole, he will shake his hand. And we will take our leave.
All right.
Well,
My
if-
question would then be, where to?
If Scarron betrays us and keeps him from us, we're gonna burn this fucking place to the ground.
I mean, if Scaring can keep him from us, then he's not really a good ally, is he?
I guess we'll see. Well, I think the plan now is to meet up with our Cloud Dragon contact and go to the Cloud Dragons, right?
We need to go talk to the Cloud Dragon leader.
Because that source needs to be tracked down and destroyed.
We need to go and destroy it.
It's just how it is.
Yep, that's how it is.
All right.
At least if the other two agree, quietly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randall agrees. I guess he's a little shaken right now.
Yeah.
Rendor does not want this. He wants a picnic.
And our Thurge.
Maybe he just wants to go back to the snowy fields up in Yarlands and be cold.
Well, we are going into the mountains.
When we left
Sure, there's
Centara there,
cold.
did Rendor leave her a letter or something, a note being be strong, daughter?
I did not abandon you.
If he's
Exactly.
allowed, then sure.
I would be back for you.
Oh, you can tell Scarin what's going to happen.
He'll give that a go. He'll
So
leave a letter.
what a letter? Scarin thinks that'll be okay.
Okay.
Tell her what happened when she was unconscious,
Can
Yeah,
Rendor-
basically explain what's happening, and expect him to come back with the blood of Scarin,
all over him.
spilled.
Don't fall in love.
Yeah. When he comes back to see her, Scarin will not live to see, to know of it.
So sad.
Yeah. But yeah, he feels bad for it because really it's not Scarin's fault, but it's what he's got to do, and he's gonna have to do it.
It's your destiny.
Yeah, some would say it's dark.
Kind of name of it there.
Yay.
But yeah, I can send more details if you want, but yeah, basically along those lines of telling her what happened and that eventually he'll come back and she'll be freed.
All right.
Oh, think about what you've done, girl.
I'm very cross with you.
Very disappointed.
And
You
then
should have killed more humans. It's what?
What?
Really, you didn't kill
Um,
enough people.
Then heading out the exit that you told Jairoy to wait in, you do find that he is just outside. A wagon already ready, drawn not by a horse, but a rather sturdy-looking ox.
Good.
Lightly loaded with some supplies. Looks like you could also just sit on it while the ox does his thing. Say, looks to you worriedly, looking up worriedly.
We're not just, we should probably go.
We should
Time is of the essence, after all.
Certainly.
Sorry,
Put his token.
wagon.
Where did I put his token? There he is.
Far easy to do reading if you're on a wagon.
Let's see. This will be his wagon.
Grab will walk. He doesn't get tired. He'll be fine.
Duncan will sit so he can read.
Look at that
tiny
tiny wagon. Fuck, I could crush it.
See, me and Anakin are reading buddies.
Yep.
Well, my dear Rando, I would like to inform you that we are heading up the mountain, and a bigger wagon would be difficult to get up there.
I'm used to walking anyway.
So the
I do think that you will, however, like my arrangements. This wagon is not intended to reach all the way to the city. The village, I suppose you would call it. So this bison will very soon outlive its usefulness.
He nods and says, well, you've clearly been in the company of dragons that eat meat, not rations.
Yes, you could say that.
Kind of grimaces as he says rations. Looks at Talia.
gives a polite smirk. And looked down to a book that she's opening now out.
As J-Roy, if you would like to look at the world map.
Yep.
We'll pretty much follow the road, quotation marks, away from Crimson Peak until around here. Pretty much at the top of the mountain range. Although, of course, the peaks here are far higher than over here. And turns north. There isn't exactly a road or path or anything that he's following, but he assures you that this is the way to go. It's just usually you don't travel there by foot.
You travelled there by Sky Dragon?
Travel there by dragon.
You don't
Yes.
travel there if you can't fly, most likely.
Which brings up the question, how do we get up there?
Well, you can get up there by foot, but the last stretch of the way, you do have to climb.
Oh, great.
Hirando will help on the tough parts. He doesn't want to see his friends die a horrible death, plummeting to their doom.
Well, I won't. I have powerful.
Yeah, you're fine, but
The other two.
Anrikin's not exactly a athletic man.
No.
I can climb, but you should
Yeah.
probably help Elric.
I'll help
I'm
Anrikin.
not particularly athletic either. So
You know, Hirando will be there to
I just
help.
but it's magic.
Yeah, Hirando will
Nothing
be
else,
there.
Uranda can bring up a rope.
Yeah. If it gets real bad and it looks like shit, then it's like, all right, I'll sort out a rope.
I don't suppose there's like a Sky Dragon taxi service.
Well, no, not officially. Although, of course, people like me, being assistants rather than full members, do have to travel somehow.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, however, is that my little expedition here was not as official as you might assume.
You did inform us of such.
In which case, I could not bring someone to carry me or bring enough to carry you. You do have to keep in mind that the Cloud Dragons tend to be rather compact. They might survive just as much as a fighter does, however, it does seem like their bodies know that too much size would be detrimental. To what they're doing, at least. There are, of course, exceptions that can still carry you, but yeah, if you have questions about the Cloud Dragon, J-Roy will be more than happy to reiterate their history and their founding and whatnot.
Talia will inquisitively ask for all of the history she can get from it. Writing it all down.
Yeah, he will go on tangents on how the Cloud Dragons as an organization aren't that old, but the idea behind what they're doing is very old. And of course, don't confuse the Cloud Dragons with what you might call the Cloud Dragon essence, in a sense, because, well, what you might not know is that there's not only the Metallics and the Chromatics, but dozens of others, and he talks a lot, if you wanted to.
And Talia is encouraging him. This is something
So
Talia...
with plenty of conversation and knowledge that he will share upon you that you may request later if it ever becomes interesting or relevant, in a sort of flashback thing, if you want. After about 2 or so days of travel from Crimson Peak in a rather slow, although perhaps more careful pace, he does eventually turn away from the road, heading into the less fortified areas. But as he once again settles down for a rest, counting supplies and taking care of the bison, and if Hirondo so wishes, also assisting him in whatever way he can. That is J. Roy's official job, anyways.
Can you help me get these dents out? Oh.
That's not usually what he does, but he can try.
Halldamir! Mending! 4 to 6 hours of work in 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He was like, oh, my calf needs a massage.
Just hold still, let the sprites do their work. Be careful, one of them bites.
He will settle down to rest with you, and maybe not notice there are so many lines around him.
Lines? Wait, what?
Wait, there's lines?
If you would come back to the Crimson Peak map.
Oh my!
Because I chose this map.
Eep.
Reasons, you know.
I think my combat that's going off.
Let's see, Enrican and Graham don't really sleep, however, Talia and Hirondo do, I believe.
Yes. Though Talia has to sleep maybe longer than she's supposed to, but she sleeps.
Mirando doesn't really sleep for very long. He has to hunt and shit in the mornings. Yeah, he's short sleeping hours.
Oh, that's that creepy rock with the face on it.
What? Oh yeah.
Face rocks.
Yeah.
Yep.
There.
Yep. Pareidolia effect in full swing here.
You know what, why don't all of you roll me a d20 then?
Mirando's fast asleep. He's still recovering. Actually, saying that, I should probably do some recovery rolls if we don't get like long enough
You
rest.
have to. Well, I guess you're not
Yeah, you're not staggered anymore, so you don't
staggered, so you don't have to, but you
You
could.
probably should.
Probably
What
should.
did you want, Cheap? I was
Around
A
D20.
d20.
okay.
Oh, were you helping with my drawings?
Yes.
People. Oh, fuck, man. I thought my 18 was good.
All right. As the night then approaches, perhaps a few clouds too, which J-Roy seems to be worried about, you do also spot the movement of what is definitely not a cloud, but rather something winged, moving quite towards you.
All right. Wake up the others.
First just hovering about a bit, and eventually diving down. Enrican can also see that that winged thing has shapes on its back that it carries with some difficulty, but still manages.
All right. Get up. Kick the others. It's like incoming. Where's it coming from?
The
It
sky.
is coming from the southeast.
Southeast.
As you have time to wake up the others, but
Yep.
then the thing is upon you.
The thing.
I mean, it might not be an enemy.
It might not,
Nah,
but it's called a thing.
The thing is generally...
Things are usually bad.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Landing nearby and shaking off its passengers will go to initiative.
Oh, that's that bitch that attacked Hirondor in Crimson Peak.
What? She did?
Yeah.
My God. It's time to take her to task.
Mm-hmm.
One on one. We'll each take one of the little guys.
Hirondor beat her in single combat before. He can do it again.
Yeah.
He survived 4 attacks from the enemy, alright?
He did. It's very impressive.
Fuck.
So surely now he must be weakened.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not
maybe that's
particularly.
what they
He's
think,
a little
yeah.
tired, but
Nah, he's fine. I mean, yeah, a bit tired. His recoveries are a bit
it wasn't
low,
as
but-
bad as it initially seemed. You know?
Yeah. A couple days. He's been fine. Yeah.
As one of the strange-looking humanoids dressed in what looks like leather, but not quite. Almost like a mix between, well, leaves and leather. Many dark greens and browns, and a sort of almost tribal-like looking garb. As the green term, the dragon, sort of hisses loud enough for you to hear, but perhaps in a sort of pointless attempt at not drawing all of your attention already, even though she has, towards her people around here, saying, "Kill them, but keep the silver alive." As
Well,
the humanoid here will cast a spell at, well, as it turns out, Hirondor. Targeting versus MD 17.
Oh, that just hits. Motherfucker.
Yeah, that is 28 psychic damage.
Meh.
You're vulnerable to all attacks until the start of this guy's next turn.
Well,
And as it turns out, you are teleported to a spot nearby.
oh,
As the humanoid from its staff shoots forth what looks like an owl made from shadowy fog that launches itself upon Hirondor, slashing with its shadowy talons, but of course not doing physical damage, but hurting him. And after just a moment of disorientation, Hirondor finds himself over here.
alright.
It is also not a 16 or an 18. Enrican.
all right. Anakin steps up here.
Oh, sorry, he also moves back here.
Okay. So, he thinks he can do sorcery, huh? Well, Anakin will show him power.
Yeah.
He moved down there. It's unfortunate. But
You could probably not target that many anyway, so.
yeah, well, we're gonna do a Black Bolt of Disaster. Main target is Tharamar Leaf Whisper, and any additional targets will be the Sylvan Archers around her, basically. So let's do that, shall we?
Yes. I think we should.
Let's go for Sylvan Archer because he's the one next after me. So first her, then Sylvan Archer, and then like Sylvan Archer 3. All right.
Okay.
Wow. 18 versus PD.
And you can target all of them. That's a miss, though.
Okay.
Half damage.
That is
Yeah.
half damage. That is really poor damage on that roll. Sadness,
Yeah.
sadness. But we'll go for the next.
That is also a miss.
All right, and the next. Nope.
Wow.
Getting all of these 4s
That
and
is
3s out.
Also a miss.
And
is-
the last one,
Oh,
that's
hey.
it.
That hits.
Wow.
Yes.
4
Jesus.
attacks and 1
I mean,
hit.
it's still over a total of 100 damage.
Well, like, way more.
Because it does,
than
do, you know, the
It
half
does half.
damage comes in now. You know,
Yeah.
That's,
That's right. That's
at
right.
least it's 32 for each of them.
It's 32 for
The
each
last
of them, except the last one who got the full 64.
Maybe Talia can like put stuff on top of that.
Okay.
I don't
The
suppose any death knell?
No.
Okay.
The archer then, after sort of ducking away from the black bolt, will hurry over here and shoot Anrican with an arrow.
Of course you will.
The humanoid's bow doesn't look very special, but the arrows she's using do seem to glow with an energy that, well, is rather necrotic. Let's put it that way.
Oh, a quick question.
Yep.
Could I activate the scythe to like try to stalk the dragon?
I guess, but you missed her.
Oh yeah, I did. Never mind.
As that will be a hit for 20 ongoing necrotic damage.
Yay. Necrotic.
10.
Oh, 10 then.
10 ongoing necrotic damage. Because of the resistance. Graham.
Right. I'll try to flee. You can try. This might be a good time for... What would it be a good time for?
Something that you can engage the archers with.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
Like zombies is.
Wraith. The Wraith is a good choice
Oh,
here.
sure. Yeah,
So,
Wraith
so
is
you'll
good
move here, and you'll call forth a Wraith to serve him in this battle, to appear nearby, right there. Actually, yeah, let's go with that. That's probably fine. Edling will double move. Well, let's see. Do I want to do a quick action? Yeah. I'll give. There's no escalation die actually, so that doesn't matter. No, I think that'll be. I think that'll be Graham's actions. Yeah. Edling double moves down to engage with this one. And Wraith gets to do his attack. So this is a time where he can use his spiraling assault. Well, there's no escalation dice. I suppose it has to be even, so I guess he cannot do that actually. Ice Cold Blade then against the staggered archer.
You can also spin, right, to hit all of them?
Only when escalation dice even.
yeah,
I looked. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yes, that's perfect, but no, only when it's even. So I'll have to build. It takes more turns to do that. So I guess we'll try to attack with it. It has no escalation.
Against the
That's
archer?
a natural 20. Yeah, which
Credit.
means that is 28 damage, and the target is weakened.
28. Alright. And he's weakened. Alright. Then it is her turn, who will, after having shaken off her ballast, will once again take wing for a small hop, engaging Enrica.
Yeah, I'll...
She is flying, so you would
I'll
have to fly yourself.
Bitch, please.
Okay. So you sort of collide mid-air, plummeting back to the ground. As she will hiss at Hirandol.
Actually, the Wraith is flying too, automatically. So would she have to disengage? Since he has flight.
I guess that's true, yeah. So she will not bother disengaging, so you get your free attack.
Alright, I'll take a free attack. Here. Bam.
That does it.
Okay. It's 14 negative energy though. Not a natural 16. That would have been sweet. But the Wraith cuts her. Ice cold blade.
As she wants to get her revenge on Hirandol and attacks him once again with her sharp claws, missing terribly. Oh.
That's a me kind of roll there. Shit.
Also, that macro still has the wrong name in it. Oh well. This archer over here is engaged by a wraith, which is not nice. He will try to disengage and succeed. He will move over here and shoot at Enrican. Although that didn't work so well. It's 2 hours. He'll shoot at Talia. That seems to maybe work better. 28.
28. I don't particularly like that being a natural 16 plus. So I'm going to trigger my use of my third level shield spell. Reroll at +2 AC.
Okay, that's a 20.
I will use the feat I took on that and take the lower result.
All right, that's still a hit though.
It's true, but I'd rather not get crit.
Okay,
Shoots up a shield, notices that she would have deflected it into her own face, and lowers the shield.
Maybe not do that. The second shot will then go against Hirando for an 18, which is
that's the one problem with the shield spell, which I'm glad there's a feat for.
Oof. Well, he's weakened, and engaged shield just shoot at the wraith.
Oh wait, was that
17
20?
and miss.
The damage is 20 ongoing necrotic.
Yep.
Okay.
Talia.
Yeah, one sec. I opened up the damage window. I was like, wait, that's ongoing. Back up. Okay. Right. Let's see.
Also to pierce the stream has died.
Well, Jonas isn't gone, so I imagine there's a connection.
Oh yeah, Jonas is gone.
Yep, Jonas is gone. That's a problem. Well, YouTube is still up.
Time for a forced salvo, perhaps?
Yeah, I think Ty will move to here. I could definitely force salvo. It's not the most powerful spell. It's not the most powerful spell, but it's a spell.
It's value against so many targets.
It's true. I have 6 bolts after. I should have 6 bolts. I don't have 6 bolts programmed in. I should have 6 bolts.
There's only 5 of them.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one goes to the wind. Okay, Sheep?
Sure.
In that case, we've got no escalation because it's the start of combat. Not 22. I don't have 22 miscellaneous bonus to hit. That would be...
That'd be nice.
No, I only have 2, which is my staff. And Pew.
Look at those 20s, man. Look at that.
That's 3 20s in there, yeah.
That's 3 20s. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's do the 20s first. This guy dies. 2, that's a 20. He dies. Does he? No, he barely doesn't die. Okay.
Well, we're gonna have some death knells next turn, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
He is very close. The last 20, he is equally close.
58 damage.
That's not too bad because that's only a 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah, after they took all that damage from the other one.
She takes a bit of damage. And the number 3 was against this guy who takes a bit of damage.
Okay, so that wasn't too bad of a use. My one of my force salvo for the day.
Look at that! Look at those rolls, man.
I can approve of this. I normally get bad
Use
rolls.
that for like ability scores for a character.
I've done
Right, Hirando.
that. One sec. Before my turn ends, let me just check some things. It's the first round of combat. Do we feel this combat's going to be that dangerous?
No, not particularly.
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
I didn't use my invocations. Maybe I should have. We have recovery still.
It's true. I guess I can save my implications until you plan to use your war one because they synchronize better then.
Sure.
In which case, then I need to roll for my save against ongoing damage and also take ongoing damage. No. Okay, now you can end stream.
Okay, Hirando.
Alright, he will try and bite her.
That hits. For the math, 70, 82.
Something like that. And then with his quick action, we'll breathe.
Does in fact stagger her.
Oh, okay. Well, quick action, cold breath her as well.
That also hits. Which brings her very low.
Do I have anything that would be really nice to have right now? No, don't. Shame, a shame. But alright, that's me done.
Okay, escalation die goes to 1. As this guy will frown at this and shoot his shadowy owl once again at Hirondo.
Is it a spell?
It is considered a spell, yes.
I don't think I want Hirondor to get hit by spells, particularly. So, sir, your mind is mine.
Yep, it is.
Your rolls are on par here.
As Talia lets forth her hand and speaks one of the disrupting words of her god, the spell breaks out of his hand.
Use the action. Well, he still has a move action, which he won't use. And Jonas is not here.
You can delay, probably.
He'll delay after like Graham. The archer will try to disengage first of all, because this thing is not worth his notice. And well, so far shooting Talia has worked best, so he'll do that for 13. That didn't work. Graham.
I think that guy needs to be taught a lesson, so I'll go for that guy. He's not supposed to be here, is he? It's like a Fey thing. This plane.
The sword would agree with that.
Yeah, he's disgusting filth.
But that is a miss.
That is a miss. Why is that so low? That's so low because I didn't add my actual attack bonus. That should be plus 12.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's like plus.
Wait, no, plus
5
13.
right there.
I was at my sword.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. Like, I'm missing a 17 on 12? That's ridiculous. Alright, well, then it takes the 54 damage. And it's dazed.
Yep.
I'm apparently going to have to restart the call.
Yep. Go for it.
Alright. One, 2, 3, and
Expectro for Jonas.
yeah.
I could try.
I mean, I think I could try next if it doesn't work.
Trying to call Halldamir.
What? Oh,
Next.
try.
Your turn on mine, Doc.
I guess I'll try.
Alright.
Alright.
Round and round and round. Cool host we go.
Yep.
Can he connect to this side of Britain?
Doesn't look
The
like
answer
it.
is looking no.
Maybe Denmark.
Let's give it a try.
I don't.
Oh,
Hello?
well, no
Hello?
Mega left.
Oh no. Oh shit, man, I can't. Wait,
Everything is terrible.
isn't Dark hosting the call?
We're not giving it a try.
Who's hosting the call?
What?
Not me, that's for damn sure.
Well, it's working now, so just have Dark turn.
What?
Good.
Dark?
Wonderful.
Well,
Yes.
That's right. Dark, are you
Okay.
here?
How wounded is the guy?
Okay.
the guy is very wounded.
Let's just give him because he does magic and we don't like that. So let's just give him 26 extra damage.
He is very wounded.
I don't know
To the
if you
point
saw-
of collapsing.
I don't know if you saw, by the way, Jonas, but I've got 2 people. I brought people down to death now range for you.
Okay. I will give quick action to give the Wraith the escalation die. Then, Illing,
That's nice.
I'll go for this guy. Just hit him for 20 damage, probably. Sheep.
Yes. He is
Good.
dead.
And then, oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
Wraith will go down to this guy and
Didn't mark him as target.
The guy who's in death.
try to hit him.
He is also dead.
No, wait.
Good,
don't-
wonderful. Really cleaning house here.
Why do you take all my delicious death knell, people?
Enrican,
In
Like,
death
you
you will
should-
be
you-
delighted
were.
to be informed that Faramir is also dead on range.
Oh, is she really?
Let the Hirando eat the dragon soul. No.
Of course, of course. Well, in that case, Anakin will look at her.
Hang on.
Unless Hirondor, what? Yes.
Keep her alive.
I can't reap her and keep her alive, man.
Just. But she's with the Wilderhead.
Yeah.
We could use her for information.
Fine, but I will reap her after this.
Fine. Alright, but shit.
I need to.
like
I have
like-
not
I
done
like-
enough reaping recently. I need to reap.
Conversations going on.
I am a reaper. I need to reap. I'm gonna chant a bending, sir. Kablamo.
Yep, that hits.
Right. I'm not gonna kill her. I'm just gonna, knock her unconscious.
Do the usual to them at this point.
Yep.
Uh,
Business as usual.
Flip her on the back.
Yeah, flip her on the back.
Yeah.
Give it the rope over there, please.
Poke it.
And,
Poke
yep. Poke it with our staffs. Hey.
combat is over.
Alright, I will sort of, take the, just walk over here. There we go.
Well,
Wraith dissipates. The battle's over.
I'm very happy that it managed to land a power attack and a cold breath in the same round.
So who is this again?
She was meant to contact Centara in fucking words, damn it. You know where the fucking enemy is.
Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak, that's the one. But she mistook me for Centara and tried talking to me. I was confused, obviously. And then she attacked. And I beat her down. And then Bika threw her out.
No.
So she may know something. At least worth trying.
All right.
Have
then.
you fun?
She we hog tie her as per usual, flip her on the back, and then we poke her until she wakes up.
Tries to flip over. We'll just put a foot on her, like, dragon shoulder wing.
Hirando just like
no.
pin her.
Mm-hmm.
He'll wake up sort of twitching in panic, desperation.
Yes, they do.
Well, that didn't go too well for you, did it?
She growls as a response.
You should have learned.
Have
the
we
first
really
time.
got so little of our reputation?
You, what on earth did you think you could possibly do? This was an act of desperation, wasn't it? But why?
She glares at Enrican, says, "Because I'm dead regardless."
Quark said, "Oh. How so?"
She continues growling a bit before glancing towards Hirando, saying, "I made a mistake."
Yes, you did. And then you made it again. Now look where you are. No B-car to throw you out.
Well, either you'll kill me or a much, much worse fate will await me. I had no choice.
And what fate is that?
I will have to report back eventually. If I do not return, they will come for me.
They being...
She frowns upside down.
So she smiles.
I think you know much already.
As my friend Graham once said, assume we know nothing and fill in everything.
I'm not. That's the way to do it.
Tell us everything.
She looks towards Enriken again, saying, either I will say nothing and you kill me, or I talk. Best case, you let me go, and then they will come for me. I shall not talk.
So you just give up and let the ones who are sent to kill you have their way? Is that it? No vengeance in your heart, no remorse? Don't want to get back to them?
Promise me that you will let me go, that you will tell everyone that you did kill me.
I'm not in the mood for that kind of promise.
It's Randor who's talking to this one. Graham doesn't think this one is dangerous enough. Like,
No.
we could let her go. She come back, we just...
Like,
And where would you go? Hmm?
I would hide.
what do we know of the Green Essence ship?
Well, do you have a background that would be appropriate?
Hirandor's a wilder, man. He
Randall
knows.
is a wilder.
I'll look over to Hirandor and be like, so what can you tell me about the Greens, Hirandor? Can we trust their words? You shouldn't even be needing to roll on this, honestly. You should just know this stuff, man.
Yeah, Randall knows a thing or two. What he would think about a green is a number of things. First of all, their essence, the primary attribute you would really consider them to be, is haughty in a sense. Definitely, they rival the Golds in terms of feeling superior. But unlike the Golds, they are not leaders by example. They are like rulers, tyrants in a sense. They want to have things, have people, have power. The good things that you could say about the Greens is that if they put something in their mind, they will definitely follow through with it. They are determined.
If a Green gives you a promise, do they keep it?
They are not more or less prone to giving or breaking promises.
I think it's only,
Usually,
like, silvers.
Usually they don't give promises in the first place, however, because a promise is sort of a bargain, and that sort of goes against their feeling of superiority.
Really be hurting it to be laying on its back like this.
Yep.
I'm sure Hirandor's taking great pleasure in that.
Oh, it's an enemy, probably have done the same crimes as your little daughter has. So
I mean, if it thinks it has something interesting...
send it to confess to the enemy.
Yeah. Decisions, huh?
Well, I'll tell you something if you promise it. But, your promise is the one that wants.
Yeah, that's because Randall's promise is quite significant.
Being able to recolor yourself silver for a while would be very useful, just as a...
I should study an illusion. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yes, you can promise me anything. Yes. No, it's up to you. It's either or for me.
We can. I mean, our promises are probably worth nothing to it.
No,
Yeah.
of course not.
To be honest, an oath of loyalty, perhaps, but that's not what we're going to give this thing.
No.
The fun thing is though that even if I heard a promise, I didn't promise anything.
Yeah.
He might take offense to that.
He might, if he knew. If he
It
knew.
depends on the wording. If Hirando promises yes, we will let you go, and Anakin does something, that would reflect on Hirando.
But only if he knew, right? And Rickon doesn't have any scales.
Oh, I know the perfect wording to let her go. Is that
Thing is that
I promise.
thing is that Hirando wouldn't probably be that duplicitous because of his silveriness.
The problem
Maybe
is
he is duplicitous.
Well, maybe he's recoloring.
No, the problem is Centara was agreeing when Hirando.
Oh, so it's like feels now.
Yeah. So.
Can change.
Yeah, there's that thing in him that says, "Fuck."
The way to bring the silvers back is to inspire enough to become the silvers.
That would be very silver, a very silver thing to do.
It really is.
Leading by.
It really
is.
is.
We turn that white into a silver, maybe.
It's possible.
We did that. That was a thing we did. Yeah.
All right. Hirando will say, "Fine. I promise I will let you go."
Not good enough. Promise me
cannot.
that I will be let go by all of you.
He looks around to the rest of the party.
Anakin shrugs.
I have no interest.
If you deem her worth enough to live here, then so be it.
Well, in which case, we shall let you go. But if we catch wind of you pillaging villages, killing people or Tananim for no reason, we will come and get you. And I will promise you that.
Oh, I will hide far away from here, and hide well I shall, or else your threat will not matter in the first place.
Good. Now speak.
I was sent to Crimson Peak to collect a silver. I was only told that I would recognize it by its scale. Silvers are rare enough. I was not told any details.
She mistook you for Centara.
She was sent to die. If they really wanted to succeed, they will give it more information on that.
I was told the tavern I was to wait at. I was told the time frame, and I was told that it would be a silver who I was to take back to the Wilderhead.
Centara was aware that you were coming. She did know. But unfortunately, you stumbled upon me.
And now that I've...
Fortunately for you.
Saved her life.
Mm-hmm. I'd say.
When we go there, we won't have time for prisoners.
That's right.
When I met her, I was to tell her that it will only be a few more months until the attack that she wanted so badly will in fact start. I can tell you that it will start regardless of the failure on the spire once the Summit Isle meeting starts.
Sorry, maybe I'm tired, but so she means that the fighting will happen irregardless, or
The big attack on the Jarl's lands and the humans, where they try to exterminate humankind, will happen at the same time as they release the Doom on the Summit Isle.
Okay. We kind of knew something along those lines anyway, but sure. Hirandor kind
It
of...
confirms what we've already.
Yeah. Hirandor kind of looks at her like, yes.
What else?
I cannot tell you much more. I could show... No, I could not. I can't go back there.
How about you show us on a map, perhaps, where anything may be?
She nods, still upside down. I can show you where I was to take Centara so that she may be transported back to the Wilderhead.
Perfect.
Gets out a map, turns it upside down.
As she'll frown at it, mumbling something about this being all wrong and she'll sort of point to a place with a claw. I think it's there, but this looks very different from what you would see from the air, or from the ground, or from anywhere.
Hirandor nods, he understands.
So I will mark a position on your world map here. She will point towards a place deep in the growling wilderness. Right here. This area, anyways. It should not be hard to miss if you fly there. However, I would suggest that you do not. You will be spotted and killed.
Who were you going to meet there?
I was to take Centara back there to transport her back to the Wilderhead. I do not know who I would have met. If it is like the last times I've brought people, then that would also be the place where the transportation happens.
Okay. Do you have anything else for us to know?
I do not.
Would any of you wish to ask a question? Looks around.
No, I think I'm good.
I don't know, it's most of what it said we already knew, basically. But he doesn't think this one is important enough to be told anything specific.
Doesn't seem like it.
It's a mook. It's a throwaway dragon.
Poor throwaway dragon.
Oh. Does Talia have any questions?
Nothing in particular.
Alright. And yes, Hirandor will stop pinning her to the ground.
Right, she'll sort of wiggle herself up, like right side up.
And Herondor pushed her back over.
Yeah, why don't you get you up, huh?
Stop hitting yourself.
Yep.
Dragons these days, so uncoordinated.
As she'll glance at all of you suspiciously and try to shuffle off, pretty much.
Suddenly fireball. No.
She falls
Maybe a
over.
waste of resources. Yeah.
She falls over. Thump. Alberon looks at Anric and is like, "What?
It
What?
was me when someone suddenly dies.
He's
Yes, actually.
he's dead. We can't make promises for him, right?
The dead cannot."
The dead cannot promise anything.
Exactly. They would need to require a soul, you see.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm?
I mean, that's the question for you, Jonas.
yeah. She would
Does it
Anakin
live?
think that Anakin could kill her without Hirandor noticing?
No.
Okay, that's
Probably
unfortunate.
tumble to the ground and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's a pretty big dragon.
Yeah. Maybe if like Graham distracted Hirandor with juggling or something.
What?
Juggling.
Graham's like, what is this juggling you speak
You're
of?
Yeah, like the hand is like. Anakin's like licking his fingers.
Oh,
The wild ones are the best. So
oh.
tender, a little crispy still.
Fucking hell.
The skin is the best.
That's the Hirandor clapped like, yay!
I just like leaving it, but you
Took a
trust that
gamble.
Anakin will do what's necessary if you know.
Yeah, I mean, generally, if it does anything bad, then we're gonna fucking kill it. That was in the promise that he made.
Fine, it's fine. It's just Anakin doesn't like leaving
Yeah.
enemies around, but you know, that's what it is.
Anyway, I'm going to get back to sleep.
Oh, just... Anakin will sit down, leaning against the wagon, take out his pipe again,
Holly gets back up, throws her blanket over herself, goes to sleep.
look out into the night, thinking.
J-Roy has a sort of I'm getting too old for this look.
Man,
So-
nothing even got near him. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We obliterated it with amazing power.
Hirandor literally leaped into a flying dragon to protect Anrikin.
Who shot a lightning bolt that missed most things, but even did enough damage to probably like level most people, you know.
Yeah,
I had
definitely.
like this scattered from the actual black bolt, but these like long electrical tendrils just sort of
Yes, exactly.
lash out anyway.
Also, recharge 11 plus on shield. No.
The black bolt like it hit the rock, it cleaved it, you know.
I'm now missing half my shields. I only have one left.
Damn.
That's why I can prepare two of them.
Yeah.
Alright. And as J-Roy essentially continues his rest and eventually leads you further north to the village of the Cloud Dragons, which is just simply called Mountaintop.
Fair enough.
It is one of the words that back when the languages of the men and the term merged, it's definitely one that still stems from the old term language. So calling a village Mountaintop is not as boring as it might sound. It is just you know,
It is the top of a mountain.
it is all the way over here.
Oh, okay.
We will, however, stop the session here a bit early, as I've sort of warned you, I think. But I think I haven't asked my... Have I asked my questions in a while? I think I actually have asked them recently, so I won't bother.
Yeah. You have no answers I require. Be gone.
As we'll start next session with... Oh, the Cloud Dragon, and then preferably also with whatever you want to do next, whether it be the actual expedition or heading to the Shattered Shore or whatever the hell.
We are going for the
I think
source,
the
which is the expedition. Yeah.
Okay,
Because
good.
we don't want the big.
We don't want the architect to become a dead monstrosity.
That would be unfortunate.
Yes.
All
Because even though the architect is
We
always
worked so hard for that.
Yeah, we
you
just
know?
worked so hard for it. I don't want to. I want to. You know what? I want to fucking succeed at something big. You know. I just want to make us actually do an impact.
You want to know that you have successfully saved part of the world?
No, we haven't. Though, like everything we've done, like the biggest thing we've done so far was storming the Grey Cathedral, and we did that completely unknowingly. I want to do something that is like going to be recognized, man.
I think the biggest thing was sending Gilgalad to go and warn the elves, and ourselves warning the Jarl's people of the attack. Like they're not going to be surprised when this happens. Like that's the biggest thing, and that was sort of a very minor thing we did.
We did also just prevent like
Right,
a monument to the enemy being.
That was more like a downtime thing, right? I want to do something that I can be like, yeah, I'm proud of this. You know, we did stop the Civil War by saving the architect and ensuring a new rule.
We don't want to save him too much, just from eternal life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
just
he's gonna die by himself. Like we need to.
we just need that to happen, right?
You know, we secured maybe the alliance of Crimson Peak when we attack. And if we can get the enemy to ride beside us for that attack, that'll be amazing. I would love to see him go all out on something he's pissed at. Like he fought us because he was amused, you know. He was like, these people.
In the end, we'll be able to. We'll flip him on his back at some point. Though.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I believe.
But imagine him when he's angry and really wants to destroy something. I want to see that.
You will later in the campaign, right?
He'll be pissed at us, and we'll take him, pick
We're
him
gonna
up,
fucking wreck it.
discard him like a napkin.
How big do you get here in Dorlax? What's your maximum size you're gonna get?
Just look at that level 9, like curse of
Yeah.
decay or whatever it's called. You know.
In terms of what's the word? Law, I guess. There is no maximum size.
But like,
Just
okay,
They tend to die before
Oh,
really
God.
getting too ridiculous.
I have come.
I am
so like,
The Mega Thurge!
withhold me in despair. That's like the oracle, just like that big.
yeah. So all right, if we theoretically get to level 10 and then we decide to fuck up the enemy, how big would Randall be?
Well,
And on how much stuff he wrote.
probably a good chunk bigger than he is right now.
Level 10 he ran door.
Probably maybe double.
Oh wow,
Good.
Double.
Beat up the architect.
that's a good.
You
size.
already beat up what's going to be the architect.
The architect's puny. Well, the old architect is pretty beefy though.
Man, he was
But
pretty
our
fucking
current one is
Beefy.
Yeah.
Also just note magic missile. I still have this first level spell. Plus
Hey,
warrior.
6 damage. Not
What
even
kind
Anakin would care about that.
Hey, automatic damage. I don't have to hit.
True. It's true.
If there were 11 first level wizards, all with magic missile, Enrican would be screwed.
I would be screwed. Yep. Target
Good
him.
thing Free City has to admit armies of 10,000.
Yeah, battle mages. 10,000. The enemy comes.
Just looking at the enemy.
Let's see. I'm actually curious though. If I where's my 13th age book? I want to see how much damage can if I prepared the right magic missile with my highest spell slot do at this point.
Mega magic.
Well, like 44 or something.
Because that's in my
like that.
first level spell slot right now. My only first level spell slot I've got left.
But think about it, you can spend a whole feat on making it so that you can crit on magic missiles if you roll on a 20 on a d20
Wow.
for that extra 6 damage.
Okay,
Wow.
What, 5% of the time?
Okay, with my highest level spell slot, I currently deal.
That's level 9. Yeah.
Well, no, the level 9 version is 10d6 or 10d8 if you get the epic feat for it.
It'd be magic missile, everything considered.
I'd
I guess that puts things in perspective. 59 damage is to a level 9 character what 14 damage is to us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose the correct one for this level would be possibly 66 damage, which would be 20, like that. For comparison, because I'm technically using a lower level spell slot still, and I should have.
How do you even have a level 1 spell?
Because wizards get like basically segmented into lots of bits. Remember, still.
I guess they get different spell progression.
I just looking forward to Finger of Death. Target drops to 0 hit points and dies. That's
Yeah,
just,
I have one
No to hit,
person.
no save.
No, just if I hit, it's just.
Remove that enemy from the game forever.
I currently have one first level spell slot, four third level spell slots, 5 fifth level spell slots,
And
that's
of
my wizard
course,
side. Then I have my cleric.
and of course, give Hirandor vampiric form, and we need to get a new token so he can be a vampire dragon for that.
What
So
would that even look like?
That vampiric form is fucking insane. How powerful that is.
As long as those following attack is a free action against each enemy that misses you with an attack.
Just to really quickly finish up the organization stuff. No full heal up. No incremental advance, since we did a really short session today. But you get relationship die.
Yay!
Okay.
Also, yeah.
Which if I can suggest uses, you can either keep them for. You can either already think of uses that you might have, when starting the expedition, which might or might not happen from the Free City, or like as flashbacks, so in Crimson Peak, or you return to Crimson Peak.
Yeah,
or, plenty of uses.
One idea I already had sheep because I still have like a 5 of the artists sitting around, was kind of with the other ship basically like helping like maybe pay for the expedition, that kind of stuff. Like maybe use my contact in the Free City using the artist.
Send me something on Skype, like a text.
Yeah, I will. It's just I have ideas. Let's see what I get.
And also put your relationship die results in the Skype group chat, please.
0000000.
My Skype is being incredibly weird. I can't write sentences. I can write 5. Like 5 characters and then it just dies.
Actually, I had that the other week. Don't know why.
Yeah.
And then it fixed itself. Weird.
Yeah. Artist 6, Doom 6, Enemy 5.
Yeah,
and you just always roll high on those.
I have the boots.
Oh yeah.
The boots are really, and also I am lucky. Yes.
Man. The Creative Wraith is going to be great once we get that.
But yeah, that curse at level 9.
Yeah.
Holy mother of God! Yeah.
80 ongoing damage on a hit.
80 ongoing, and it increases by 40 each time or something. No, wait. Yeah, 40. It increases with 40 each time. My God.
120, 160, 200. It's ongoing.
240, 260. God. Even a 300, even the enemy is going to be like, oh, woof, that's kind of stinks.
That's going to take me down like 10 turns.
Level 9, I'd have 228 hit points.
Still
11
peppered.
times 20 plus 8. Oof.
Yep.
Like, the thing is, we're champion tier. We shouldn't compare ourselves with epic tier stuff, because that's a whole different story, whole different level of stuff. Like when you go up to champion tier, you could wreck like 5 adventure tier. Like they're nothing to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're so much more powerful, and the same goes with champion tier. Like champion tier Enrikin could probably just wipe out our party as it exists now. No, epic tier Enrikin could probably just be like, "Fuck you."
Count
Black super death, and then we all fucking perish.
I mean, just like of all my crits I rolled today, I don't know if he could.
Yeah, but have you seen
like 3 crits in 6 rolls? That's pretty good.
Have you seen the 9th
below
level maneuvers, fighters?
Just crit on my denials though, and I'm gonna be screwed.
Like, yeah.
I would just cast the last of the wine and then.
Like the ghoul from level 9. I also get to roll a die with the doom, and I choose whether it's positive or negative. Like the fact that I invoke it so fucking hard that I also get potential additional necromantic benefits. Just
Probably gonna take that feat that prevents undead from even harming you unless you attack them first, because they're so cool.
All I need to do is that circle of death, 46 times 10.
Oh yes, that's definitely happening. Don't you worry about that.
Average is what? 7, that's 14, it's 140 damage or something like that to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Our party would just be gone.
Yeah,
As it is now, at least.
Evaporate. Most things would evaporate around that.
Everyone's dead on an average roll. An average roll. That's pretty good.
Also, just looked at that vampiric form. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like a free recovery each round. That's amazing.
Yeah. Can you imagine what
if they
damage?
miss you on a 1 to 5, you can confuse them
Yeah.
or weaken them. One or the
wreck
other.
it.
There's no.
You would wreck so much with that.
Yeah. And I can live until minus 40 hit points.
Yeah, and with that regen
The
going,
great vampire dragon.
like the enemy you would need something like the enemy to like take you down in a round, because otherwise you just
I just
regenerate.
regen, yeah.
It's really good
because
for Enrique because he has so talking. Like you guys have decent charisma, right?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It'd basically be along the lines of like that each round. Like I could pull off.
That's all of
rounds.
Anarchy's health.
Yeah.
Per round. It's just you cannot kill me.
Because I can quick and rally.
You'll get there eventually.
When did you get that vampiric form?
Level 9.
Shit.
I get
So-
level 10. So.
That's a while away.
Alright, but then level 9 is like instead
I
of
mean,
that.
that's why we're
But the, I mean, like striding
living
forth,
godhood.
just literally life force just flowing, like ripped from all around you, just flowing into you, constantly rebuilding you.
like
I'm gonna
that.
begin using the ghost form a lot.
Yeah, I definitely like the ghost form.
Fight and resist damage 16 to all damage get force.
Yeah. Super good.
Only half healing, but
I am a ghost. Fly, so I just fly away. You're like, oh, you can't knock me down.
That's awesome.
Suckers.
Like the epic fee for that, you can now target up to 2 nearby willing allies, including you.
Mhm.
So together we could make it on everyone.
Talia.
Everyone's ghosts.
Talia want to be a ghost?
Yeah. Everyone can
Everyone's
fly and
ghosts.
resist damage.
Yep.
We'll rename the campaign at that point to Everyone is Ghosts.
Everyone is a ghost.
You banned.
So 13 for age 2, the Ghost World. Or the Lost Ghosts. Oh, yeah.
Alright,
Level 7 spell doesn't give me a greater wraith. It gives me 2 wraiths.
Ooh.
I like that. I like the wraith. The wraith is great.
The wraith is fun.
He's really good.
I am gonna stop the stream. So,
Okie doke.
and by extension the recording. So sorry for the almost 3-hour long video, but Jonas's internet derped. So
Yep. Okie doke.
we will see you next time.
We will. Also tomorrow, because we're doing a little bit of Shadowrun tomorrow. So tune in
what?
for that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
apparently
Normal
Dark,
time
you
and
didn't read
place.
the contract? We can call upon you with 12 minutes of warning. So,
yeah.
I
our
demand
business.
the-
So yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.